Mickey on the track.
Yeah, baby. Baby, won't you come my way? Got something I want to say. Can I keep you on my way? But first off, I'ma start by saying this. All headshots if you think you can take my bitch. And I'm too tough when I shoot, swear I won't miss. Baby, won't you come my way? Baby, won't you come my way? Baby, this is something you should know. I don't ever chase no hoes. Spotted you had that glow. Watch me pull out all this dough. Take you where you want to go. Flexing on your ex, I know. He ain't never take you out. Barely even left your house. How dare that nigga run his mouth when his pockets in a drought? The last single he put out didn't even make it out. And he dumb as hell, and I swear his ass don't think. And he disrespect 2 shots and I won't blink. Never really care what the fuck these niggas think. I got deep pockets, I swear my shit's on sync. And he mad as fuck, big zoo up all she sing. And he mad as fuck, big zoo up in her dreams. When he mad as fuck, when they sex she scream for me. Big zoo up what these niggas should be. Baby, won't you come my way? Got something I want to say. Can I keep you on my way? But first off, I'ma start by saying this. All headshots if you think you can take my bitch. And I'm too tough when I shoot, swear I won't miss. Baby, won't you come my way? Baby, won't you come my way?
Baby girl, you can stay the night to the morn. All this ice on my arm. What you like, what you want, and I might put you on. Bitch is mine, can't you see? And I rock 17, all these knots in my jeans. Me and Zoo turning up, got your boo in the cut, and she suit, cause it's looking like the roof going up. Counting all this bread, I don't talk to feds. Tryna take my bitch, you gon' take 2 to the head. Cause baby, you the baddest. All this money, I'ma cash in. And I'm swerving all in traffic while I'm trapping out the mansion. And I'm moving through the tri-state. Do 200 on the highway. And I'm swerving in my eye. Baby, you should come my way.
Baby, won't you come my way? You choose to forget all those feelings, all our regrets. Just last summer we were unstoppable, but just a year later I'm unlovable. Well, I choose not to give up. Don't forget I've got your secrets, and I ain't afraid to use them. I know all your secrets. 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 Is there a problem with how I love? I swear I fuck better.
Howdy guys, how's it going? It's your boy TNSmoove and I'm back with you. We're going to be doing a sports podcast today. Obviously we're going to be talking about Auburn, SEC champions, which, you know, it's kind of a little bit out there. Everybody, well, most people thought Tennessee would win. Let's go back to the beginning of the tourney though. So for the SEC men's tourney, you had multiple good teams. Um, I mean, it was just it was electrifying and it was crazy. Um, the most champions is obviously the most championships is Kentucky Wildcats with 31 titles. That's a lot. Um, it's just phenomenal. So we're gonna go back to the one of the first games. It's gonna be starting with Auburn and South Carolina. Auburn beat the Gamecocks 73 to 64. It was tied at the half, though, 36-36. If you go and you look at the box score, though, Auburn did everything just that South Carolina couldn't. They had 13 threes. Auburn's just a three-point team. Just about anything that they shoot, just about goes in. And yeah, I don't know how they do it. I especially don't know how they do it when they have a 6'4" guy in their face. But you know they do it and they get the job done, and that's the reason that they are the 2019 SEC champs. Uh, Total rebounds we're looking at here. They had 26. South Carolina had 33. And then everything else kind of just played into place. Their assists, blocks, steals, turnovers, all that good stuff. Then if you go back and you look at Kentucky, uh, they're a phenomenal team. Obviously, it's a single elimination tournament. It's not like the NBA. NBA, you play 7 games. The best out of the 7 wins. So I guess whoever gets the 4 first wins. And that's like that each set of games. Um, Man's tournament in college is different though. It's a single elimination. So you lose, you're out. No second chances, nothing like that. In the NBA, you have a chance to rebound, regroup yourself, and come back. College, you do not. Um, so if you go here and you look, Tennessee played Mississippi State on the 15th, which was Friday. They played 3 games back to back. Now with Mississippi State is a young and talented team as well, no doubt about it. Tennessee did win that game 83 to 76. Um, they were winning at halftime 34 to 28, and they kind of just came out in the second half and just blew it away. Um, then if you also look, Reggie Perry for Mississippi State played 30 minutes and had 15 points. Um, so that was good from Reggie Perry. Also, Q Weatherspoon was a factor in that game as well, but Tennessee overcame it and they ended up winning that game. Then Tennessee played Kentucky after that. That was last night, and Tennessee won that game as well, 82 to 78. Now, if you look, there's something that Tennessee did right. They were trailing big. They were trailing by like 10 points with 30 minutes left. Correction, 3 minutes left in the second half. They came back and they scored about 9 points within about 3 minutes. Correction, within about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Then they scored another about 10 points with about another minute and 30 seconds left. So that's how they won that game. I don't know, maybe if Tennessee thought that, you know, it was a championship last night, but it wasn't. It was the semifinals. So you still gotta coach your team and work your team up and let them know, hey, yeah, this is a great win, but we still have another big win that we got to get here today. Rick Barnes probably did that, but Tennessee just was overwhelmed by last night's win, and I guess they thought that they had this one in the bag, and they came out and they were badly wrong. Uh, Auburn said no, we're not going to go away like that. We beat you in the regular season, and we're going to beat you here, and they did. Um, if you look here at the box score against Kentucky, Tennessee did everything just about right. You had 46% field goals, you had 47 for threes, and you had 20 free throws, 80% free throw shooting. Kentucky only did 68. So right there, that's good. That is fantastic. You limited yourself to 6 turnovers. That is fantastic. You got 29 rebounds, 10 of those being offensive rebounds. Fantastic. You get second chance points. You come into today expecting a little bit of that, and you got none of it. You shot 23 for 51. You shot better than Auburn, yes, but they also attempted 40 three-pointers, 40, and they made 15 of them. Now that's terrible, yes, but they still made 15. Tennessee only got 8 three-pointers. So, you got to go out there and you got to play as a team, unselfish. Tennessee's been playing really unselfish lately. In this one, it would have been better though if Grant and Admiral were a little bit more selfish. And let me tell you why. Okay, so you go here and you go to the um, box score here against Kentucky. Grant Williams played 31 minutes, 20 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Okay, Admiral played 35 minutes, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. That was yesterday. You go today, Grant Williams played 35 minutes and only 13 points. Admiral played 33 minutes and only 4 points. 4 points. 4 points. Now, Admiral and Grant had to take over this game. Now, Lamonte Turner here. Um, Lamonte Turner, he had a little bit of a good game. I mean, he had 24 points, and that's fantastic. But, you know, if Lamonte played this good, because he played a fantastic game, if Lamonte played this good and Admiral and Grant played as good as they did last night, it'd have been a better game. But here's another thing that Rick Barnes has got to start doing, and he's got to do it here in the tournament as well. We still have the NCAA tournament. Yeah, you lost the SEC tournament, big whoop-de-doo. You lost the SEC tournament. You still made it to the finals back-to-back years. Okay, you're still setting milestones, but you didn't play Yves Pons, you didn't play Derek Walker, and you didn't play Jalen Johnson as much as you should. All right, those are names that we don't hear about. You also didn't play John Fulkerson enough. John Fulkerson only had 12 minutes, and he's a big time player. You give John Fulkerson a little bit more of those minutes. Kyle Alexander's out there 14 minutes and only getting 2 points. And I love Kyle Alexander. I think he's a great guy. He's nearly 7 foot. He's a tough guy to guard, and he can also put that defense on you. But let me tell you what he can't do. He can't score. He just doesn't. He misses open shots around the rim. He misses open shots around the restricted area, and he misses open shots in the paint. Yves Pons and John Fulkerson. Yves Pons don't miss around the basket. Now he does miss threes. Yes, he's not a 3-point shooter, but he does not miss once he gets around the basket. He's a mad dunker too. He can slam that ball down. Now, John Fulkerson, he misses around the basket, yes, but he's also tough. He's also physical, and he plays with a mental mentality. He plays like probably no other forward that we have, besides Grant. Now Grant, he just he just had an off game. Um, like I said, yeah, host, yeah. Um, Rick Barnes could have gave Rick Barnes here. He could have gave on your right there in the suit. That's obviously Rick Barnes, uh, Tennessee's coach. He could have gave Yves Pons some more minutes. He's got to get Yves Pons and John Fulkerson's um, confidence back up, especially in this NCAA tournament. But the problem was that you played last night and you got a big win, and you thought that you was going to come in here and do it again against Auburn, and you didn't. Now, I've talked about Tennessee. I've talked about what Tennessee did to lose this game. Now I'm going to talk about what Auburn did to win this game, because let me tell you, Auburn played this game like a pro team. You know, you have some young players developing into five-star athletes, first round draft picks in the NBA draft right here with this program. Bruce Pearl, he got their confidence up high. You know, I watched one of the other day, there it is. The other day I watched Bruce Pearl just give a locker room speech to his players, and it was great. It he gets his players up. You know, he got them believing that they could win. You know, I don't if it wasn't for Bruce Pearl, I don't think that they would come in this game and dominate like they did. You know, they only won yesterday by 3 points, 65-62 to Florida, and you know, Auburn knocked Tennessee from getting the regular season champ. They knocked them from getting the SEC champ, and we'll see what they do in the NCAA tournament. But Bruce Pearl got his team momentum, and he got their confidence flying. Like it just unreachable. No one could grab it out. Um, it was just unbelievable. I cannot believe what I was seeing. You know, um, but kudos to Auburn. Kudos to Bruce Pearl, and congratulations to the Auburn Tigers. Not mad at any way at all. Auburn earned it. Tennessee earned the loss. You know, you play lousy and you earn an L. Tennessee played lousy and they earned an L. You played fantastic and you earned the dub. That's what Auburn did. Uh, got some tutties in there and came out with the champ. Um, now Kentucky. Let me just tell you. Let me just put it this way. Had I known that Tennessee was going to come in and get dominated like this to Auburn, I would have wanted Tennessee to lose last night and let Kentucky go and play. It would have probably been a better game. But Tennessee lost, and that's just the gist of it. Jordan Bone didn't play as good as he should have. And you just had right there's Jordan Bone. It was just not as good as it should have been. But you know, looking at the box score and stuff, I mean, you really can't be mad at anybody but your team if you're a Vol fan. And that's just it. We're gonna take a short break, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, so we're back. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about the NCAA tournament. We'll show you right here. An NCAA tourney bracket. 1 second here. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys, so that you guys can see what an NCAA tournament bracket looks like. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. So essentially, an NCAA tournament bracket. This is one from 2018. Let's go ahead and pull it up over the screen for you. This is one from 2018, okay? And unfortunately, I don't think I can do any better than that without cutting everything out. So this is one from, geez, I can't see. I'm OCD about stuff like this, and there we go. So here's how it works, okay? You have four first rounders, correction, four number one seeds. Jeez, if I could even speak. So you have four number one seeds, as you can see right there. You also have number two seeds, four number two, four number three, four, five, six, seven, eight, etc. All the way to 16. Okay. Once you get to 16, it quits. There's 64 teams that makes the NCAA tournament. The rest of them, they go to other tournaments like NIT tournaments, kind of like an off-brand tournament. Um, if they're even good enough to do that. But the 64 best teams gets a shot at the NCAA tournament. Anyone can win this. Anyone. Like last year, number 16 team, number 16 seed beat the number one seed, very first game. So anything can happen. Anything. Um, Last year, I think Tennessee was like a 4 seed or a 6 seed, something like that. Maybe even like a 7 seed. Um, I think it was like a 6 seed, something like that. And we made it all the way up, I think, to the regionals and then lost. We either made it to the second round or the regionals. But this is essentially how it works. So tonight at 7 o'clock p.m., it's the bracketology. They will be picking the first seeds, the second seeds, all that. They'll be filling out the entire tournament bracket on the left side and the right side. The first games will then be played. And then after that, it goes on to the second round. Then after that, it goes on to the regionals. Then it goes on to the Sweet 16, the Elite Eight, the Final Four, and then the National Championship. As you see, the last year, the National Championship was on April the 2nd. This year, it'll probably be like on April the 4th, April the 5th, something like that. Um, and that's just how it's played. If you make it to the Elite Eight, that's pretty good. You make it to the Sweet 16, that's good. You make it to the Elite Eight, that's really good. You make it to the Final Four, that's extraordinary, and you make it to the championship, and obviously you know how that would feel. That would feel fantastic. But this is essentially how it works. Now, let me tell you. Um, if I can pull up an NCAA tournament bracket from last year, um, and show you kind of how it went last year. This is it, yeah. So, um, last year was, kind of eh. You had some major upsets, um, and it was just crazy. What you had last year, and if I can pull it up, I will show you. But like you had major upsets. Like last year, Tennessee was picked to make it to the Elite Eight and all that. So last year you had in Tennessee's division. Here we go. Here it is. So this is the bracket from last year. This is the full bracket, the final bracket. all that good stuff. Uh, this is essentially it. So here it is right here. So you had the last four teams up at the top, and then you had the bracket here. All right. Now, on the bracket, if I could even pull it up. All right. So, yeah, as you say, you had Tennessee right there. I believe there was a number 8 seed. If I could look at this here. So, oh, really? That's nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So you had Tennessee. Tennessee went on. They went to Loyola. Loyola beat them. Played Nevada. Loyola beat them. Went to the Sweet 16. Loyola beat them. Went to the Elite Eight, and then Loyola lost in the Elite Eight. Virginia got upset by UMBC. Kentucky ended up losing after they made it to the Sweet 16, and Villanova won the whole championship. Villanova was my pick to win last year, and they won. So I don't know who my pick this year is going to be yet. I'm going to have to look at the bracket once they release it to look at a few games, and then I will release that to you guys. I just wanted to show you guys how the bracket works and all that because I know some of y'all probably don't understand it, but that's how it works. Tennessee's losing today could have had a little bit of impact on the bracket. One person did say that they thought that Tennessee would get the number one regardless of the outcome, but after getting blown out by nearly 20 points or whatever it was in the SEC championship, making it to the SEC championship will help. But I say that they fall. They could have got a number one seed. I think that they get a number two seed now in the Louisville bracket. But that's just me, and that's not bad. The Louisville bracket isn't bad. Um, anyway, though, that's gonna be it for it today, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been a blast chatting with you guys, and yeah. So, this is obviously Auburn's team. Congratulations to Auburn. In respect to Auburn, I'm going to go ahead and play the War Eagle fight song, whatever they have, as we tune out here. And yeah, have a great day. Oh my goodness. If I could even speak correctly, then I would tell you. Have a great day, guys. And yeah, I'd like to see you back here soon at another time. So yeah, peace.